In this video, we're going to make an octave script. If you're familiar with Python, it's kind of the same thing. A script is kind of like a computer program. Not quite, but has a lot of similarities. Why do they call it a script? It's just like an actor's script. An actor looks at a script and has lines and just reads those lines and recites them. The actor's not making up lines or anything like that. The actor is just reading the lines. In the same way, an octave script just gives, line by line, it just gives commands to octave for it to achieve, for the octave environment to execute, right? So it's just an easier way. Instead of just typing in all the commands, by hand, you type them into a script, then run the script. And it doesn't seem like that's going to save you any effort, except a lot of times when you have to do things over and over and over again, you make a script of it, and you might just change one little detail each time. And that makes your workflow a lot faster. So that's really why the value of a script. By the way, with just scripts and what things called functions, you can make vast computational systems and essentially computer programs. So it is actually a very powerful tool. We're going to start out small and just do some very simple scripts, but let it be known that it can get you really powerful results just by writing scripts and a couple of little other things. Okay, before we do that, I want to make a folder for all my octave work. So I go to my desktop and I make a folder called octave. Right, and so I'm going to put all my octave scripts in that folder. Now, I'm not going to do much organization, but it's a good idea within that folder to organize it so that you have, if you have a project that you do, make a folder for it and put your script and put data files and stuff like that in that folder. It just makes doing stuff easier, and it makes the chance that you might accidentally write over something important less if you have a folder for each project that you do. And so I'm going to follow that largely, but just not today. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make a simple script. Okay? Okay. Well, so I made a folder. That's good. And then when I open up Octave, you can see at the top there is the current directory. So what I want to do is I want to click the folder at the end, at the far right there. When you click it, it's going to browse and you'll be able to pick the folder you're in. My desktop is in OneDrive, so I have to click on OneDrive, then click on desktop. If it's not, you just click on desktop, and then you can click on Octave, and you can see that the current directory ends up being Octave. That's what you want. You want your current directory to be Octave. I use the browse command to do that. You can just type it in if you want. Either way is fine. Good? Okay, so now I'm in the directory that I'm in, and then you want to make a script. So the way to do that, there are point and click ways to do that, but I want to do it the typing way, which is just say edit script1.m. The .m extension means MATLAB script, in this case octave script, same thing. Okay, so edit space script1.m. It'll ask you, hey, that's a new file. Do you want to create it? Yes, I want to create it, and click a little while you create it, and it's going to come up in your environment. Good. And if you go into the file folder, you can see that now there's a script1.m file in that folder, in the Octave folder. Octave's a lot like MATLAB. In this case, it's a little bit different than MATLAB. When you do that in MATLAB, your command window is going to stay, you're going to be able to see your command window, but the editor is probably going to be right above it. So you'll be able to see both the editor and the command window at the same time. With Octave, it's a little different. If you look at the bottom there, you have all these little tabs, and the far right tab is editor, and the far left tab is command window. So to go between command window and this editor, you just have to click between tabs. You can also click in the top right corner of the editor. You can click it so that it comes off it gets disconnected from your Octave environment. You can do that in MATLAB too, and so you can have your script if you want it to be away from your environment there, and just have your command window available for you while you're typing your script. That's fine too. So either way you want to do it is fine, but just let it be known that it looks this way. This part of Octave is a little bit different from MATLAB. Okay. So it comes up, and the other thing that it does, it comes up with all this stuff in it, and I just erase all that. So just erase highlight it all and delete it. And you start it with just a blank sheet of paper a blank script for script1.m. Every script I start with close all and clear all. I make sure that I'm clearing all the baffles. There's nothing in the workspace. There's no figures up. There's no plots up or anything like that. I just start from scratch. So that's just me. I just do that all the time as I do close all and clear all. It's my first command. What should we put in this script? Well, I'm going to go back to the command window, and I'm just going to type out a bunch of plotting things. So I'm going to say plot, or I'm going to calculate a bunch of different sine waves. So I could say W time goes from 0 by pi over 8 to 2 pi. I start with that, and I say W is equal to sine of t, and then X is equal to sine of t plus pi over 8. And then y is equal to sine of t plus pi over 4, and then z is equal to sine of t plus 3 pi over 8. So I'm just making sine waves that are just delayed slightly in phase. That's all I'm doing here. And then I'm going to plot them all. So plot t comma w, t comma x, t comma y, and t comma z. And then when it comes up, this pretty little plot with all the different sine waves comes up. Great. I want to make a script that does that. So what I do is you can either go back into the script and just manually type out exactly what you did, or you can just highlight everything in the command window and then copy it. You can use Control C, or you can go up to the edit copy and do it menu based, and then you go into script1.m and you just paste it in there. With Octave, the little double arrows still shows up because you highlighted them. In MATLAB, it doesn't do that. So MATLAB's a little fancier that way. So you're gonna have to erase all those little double those double arrow things to get rid of them, so that it's just the commands only. There's no slash. There's no prompt, command window prompt for each line. Good. All right. So then I just Control S, and you can see when you do Control S, the little disk, floppy disk, 3.5 floppy disk symbol goes away. In MATLAB, it's a little star. It's a little asterisk. So just note that there's a way to know whether you saved your script or not. To run your script, there's a lot of ways to do that, but again, I just wanted to do the text-based way to run a script, which is to type out the name of the script without the .m extension. So I just type out script1, no .m, enter, and it runs it, and the image comes up, the plot comes up of everything. Cool? Cool. That's how you make a script in MATLAB and Octave.